Today, I'm basically going to take you through an 8-step process of how to actually get yourself out of debt and how to really create financial freedom in your life. If you are not good with a credit card, give it plastic surgery, chop that bad boy up, take it off your PayPal, take it off your Apple Pay, disconnect it from everything and stop using it. I actually had $245,000 debt at 24 years old and that was not on property. I have never understood the logic of trying to save, trying to invest in things. You're fucking debt. What you pay in debt interest rate versus what you save is just chalk and cheese.
If you put that $100,000 into an offset account, instead of paying interest on a $500,000 loan, you're now paying interest on a $400,000 loan.
And you can still pull it out and use it whenever you want. Oh my God, do we want to mention your poverty dinners? For today's podcast, we decided to talk about financial freedom, and I don't want that to sound corny or boring or anything of the sort. We really wanted to talk to those people that seems to be pretty common at the moment that are feeling like they are underwater, they can never get on top of things. They feel like they're throwing their money at 67 different debts, but none of them are paying the principal off, and they really just don't know where to start. I've invited a very special friend of mine in to actually talk about our own experiences with paying off our own substantial amount of debt, 6-figure amount of debts. And I really hope you get something out of it. But yeah, if that sounds like you, listen in. This podcast is being recorded on Warrawong land. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this land, our country, and elders past and present. I am Cait, and this is Tell Me About It podcast, and I'm really excited actually for today's topic because it's something that's very, very close to my heart, and it's something that I've gotten myself stuck in a few times, and today, without sounding too corny, is going to be about financial freedom. So I've actually invited Charli in with me today. So if you guys don't know anything about us in our day-to-day lives, I am a business coach specializing in the service industry. Charli and I met when we were, I think I was 17. You were even older.
Stop. The whole age thing.
We both met when we were apprentices. We were kind of working for frenemies, and
absolutely.
I think we've been there for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and definitely seeing each other the whole way through this. So we know exactly what we both have been through. Yeah, so the structure of today, I'm basically going to take you through, I guess, a little bit of our background and why this is important to us and how we got ourselves out of debt and how we got ourselves to financial freedom. But we are also going to take you through the actual structure of what we teach our clients. It's in an 8-step process of how to actually get yourself out of debt and how to really create financial freedom in your life. So I don't want to sound corny when I say financial freedom, but it's kind of what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I think it's a really hot topic at the moment anyway, with interest rates so high and everyone just battling. No one can buy property. It's just a really...
Yeah, the cost of living is just ridiculous at the moment. So, yeah.
We bought a bag of groceries the other day, one bag, $85.
God, that's nuts, isn't it?
It's nuts. It's nuts. Before we kind of crack into today's episode, I just want to give you guys a bit of a disclaimer. While we do work in a coaching and mentoring space, I'm not professionally trained in finance, and either is Charli. And we always recommend that you seek independent professional advice for whatever it is that you're dealing with. We are, however, going to give you the steps that we personally have used to get out of debt and also what we teach our clients that has worked for many of them before. So please always seek your own professional financial and legal advice if you need to. So I think I just want to start today. Do you want to tell me a little bit about your debt story, or like what kind of happened, or like just tell me everything. Start at the top.
Start from the beginning. So I probably have like 3 massive events. I'm going to call them events that have happened in my life. So when you're young and you're dumb at 19, 20, you do stupid things. So I decided, even though I had a casual job that was not secure, that I thought this is a great time to go and get a $10,000 loan and buy myself a car.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I think it was maybe like 3-4 weeks after I bought the car, I lost my job.
Oh, how old were you?
19.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So you knew everything.
I knew everything, absolutely. I also moved out of home.
Yeah.
Because I had a job.
Afford that too on your casual wage.
Yeah, that's it. So then this got me into a lot of trouble, and I then was prioritising what I was spending my money on. So my car then got repossessed.
No, it didn't.
Yep, it sure did.
Car repoed?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm judging you so hard.
We judge.
Oh, judgy butty here.
Yeah.
I feel like him would like bring up the trailer, hook it up and take that bad boy away.
Yeah. That was my baby.
What car was it?
A Mazda 626.
Oh my God,
mate.
imagine the days where you could buy a car for 10 grand. You know, you are old, yeah.
Also, yeah. So that was definitely a huge wake-up call for me.
I just need a moment to process that you've had a car repo. That is hilarious. How did I not know this about you?
I don't know how you didn't know
you
that.
then.
I think...
When did you start trade school?
Oh, I was older.
Oh.
Let's go with that.
Okay,
yeah. So I think it was before that because the whole time I was doing my apprenticeship, Jay and I only had one car.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think it was
Feeling
pre-Cait.
That's me and my husband now. Yeah, good.
Yeah. So having to get used to that was huge. And a massive wake-up call to let myself know that I'm not invincible.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But we all were at 19.
Absolutely.
My God, I was literally a walking, talking cigarette, vodka, Barocca thing. Didn't sleep.
Yeah. Nightclubs were life.
They were.
It was life.
They were.
Yeah. So we kind of, you know, I spent my money in ways that I shouldn't have, and that resulted in me getting my car repossessed.
Oh my God.
Massive wake-up call for me. So that was probably the first thing that made me go, shit, like get your shit together. And then...
I would say that like I've probably had 2 pivotal moments of my finance where I've like really felt like I've gotten myself in a hole. And like the reason I want to share this, guys, is like we don't ever say anything that we haven't done ourselves, and we don't ever share anything that isn't relevant. And we just want to let you guys know that if you are in a really horrible debt position, like I've seen it, I've been in it, probably worse than most of you have. A lot of my clients have as well, and I'm sure that you can speak to the same of that too. It's
yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, it's not. There's 9 times out of 10 a way out of it, but I think probably one of the worst ones was I was 23, 24. I had I had one salon, and then I bought a second one. That got me in a hole. Then I had a motorbike accident. Then I couldn't work and like literally was off work for 7 months. That's a chat for another day. But I actually wrote it down so I don't fuck it up. I actually had $245,000 debt at 24 years old, and that was not on property. So I had 55,000 of that was credit cards, and I'm talking like 27%.
That's crazy.
Like actually insane. I had a business loan of 90. So I got original business loan was about 60 grand, and then for the second salon it was another 40, maybe something like that. So I paid 10 grand off it in 2 years anyway. Love that for me. I had one of those.
That's my car.
Should have. They know. I had one of those Latitude cards, and like
that's dangerous.
I bought fucking floorboards or something totally random with it. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, pay it off. You get your interest-free period of like 48 months or something. But then it was just like all of a sudden I'm like, okay, why is there still a few $1,000s owing on it? And then the rest of it was just tax debt. I basically wasn't doing my basters properly. I was actually doing it myself at that stage. I wasn't taught properly. And all of a sudden, neck minute, I'm just in this like horrendous amount of debt. And yeah, what I'm about to teach you guys is literally how I paid every single bit of it off to zero.
Yeah, absolutely. The credit card thing was, is also,
well?
Yes. that was a big thing for me.
Talk to me.
And I think it was also like being so naive to what it was.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a credit card and you don't understand what it means to have one and how much interest that's going to be. You think when you're getting your statement that they have on there, this is tricky too, the minimum payment.
Have you ever seen a bit so too to cut you off there that's like, it will take you 29.5 years to pay this?
Yes.
And you're like, what?
Yeah. So
and that's assuming you don't spend on it anymore.
Yeah. Ignored that. So kept spending. So yeah, I was the same.
What was the credit card debt?
So 10 grand for me.
And what was it on?
Shit.
Everything.
Just random things, because just being naive and just thinking, oh, you know, I'll spend it on this, or, you know, if it was going away somewhere, then you spend it on that and go, oh, I'll pay it back. That's fine. You know, you just continuously tell yourself that you're going to pay it back and then you don't. And then the interest creeps up. And you're like, why? Like, I'm paying the minimum. Why is it not going anywhere? And you're like,
well, I mean, and this is like one of the notes I've got here too. It's like literally I empathize so much because I also understand how like 1 minute everything's fine, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
One shit month at work, one of you loses your job, something happens medically, and then bam, it's like out of control, and there's just kind of, you feel like you're drowning and there's no way out. And I think that's definitely how I felt, that it was just like cool. It was like everything was going good. It wasn't great. I think I thought it was going great, but looking back now, I was like, it was actually average.
At the time, you think you're living your best life.
Oh my God, but I also thought my business was better than what it was. And that goes with 22-year-old arrogance. And then other 22-year-old arrogance, I'm fanging around on my motorbike, have an accident. All of a sudden, I've got 2 salons, terrible staff who won't pick up any extra hours. Half of my clients left me because they didn't want to see anybody else that was employed by me. And then I've got 2 businesses, 2 bricks and mortar, 2 shopping centres, 2 everything, stock bills I haven't paid off, all this shit. Then all of a sudden, it's like, bang.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a goner. But
life lessons, hey?
Yeah, I know.
They're massive life lessons because, you go through things like that and you really sit back and reflect on it. And I think by everything that both of us have gone through, like now, looking back on everything, we go, I wish somebody had something like this where they talked about it instead of just going, you didn't do this right or you didn't do that right. It's like, let's talk about it. It is real.
I also feel like it's just like I had $240,000. That is a heart-stopping amount of money.
Yeah.
That's my first house and block of land cost less than $240,000. Like,
Jeez, who's old now?
Shut up, bitch. FYI, I've known this woman a long time. She picks on me for being young. I pick on her for being old. So
absolutely.
That's just, I'm just wrong with it. It's with love, okay? I love you.
All love.
It's the other one for me that probably was really bad. And again, I'll detail this on another day, but I was 27 years old. I actually found out I had a stage 1 breast cancer. I also was going through a divorce and I literally had nothing left in the tank. And I mean, like, I was an empty vessel. And so I outsourced everything. You were there at that time. I had other managers in place. Loz, who works for me now, is also in my business, managing heaps of things. But I was really neglectful and I outsourced everything. And I think this is actually a really important lesson for anybody in business. And that is you actually are responsible for following up. So I had a bookkeeper who was doing all my wages, all my super contributions, all my BAS bills. So then my accounting bill was less. And this was when I had 3 businesses, self-managed super and a few other investments and just stuff. And I had 26 staff at this stage. And I, for some unknown reason, had the ATO ring me and go, one of your staff who's resigned has actually said that she's been paid no super. And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at it and you looked at it with me and I was like, oh my God. And she was lodging it, but not paying it.
Yeah.
And it was actually insane. And so I self-reported, rang there, was like, how do I clear this? What do I do? How do I pay it off? And I basically had $65,000 super debt. I've written it down here too, $60,000 in unpaid taxes. And super, the ATO get gnarly. And that was one thing that I was like, okay, I've learned now that I actually have to follow people up. And this woman went MIA. She had 20 clients who went bookkeeper.
Right.
Maybe she disappeared.
She just went off the face of the earth. Oh my God.
Cheers. But too long didn't read. Moral of the story is, regardless of what she did, it's still my responsibility.
Yeah.
So if you are going to outsource those things, which I know so many of you do and so many don't have the actual time to do, which is fine, but get them to report to you, get them to send you, details of everything. Just actually follow that shit up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was probably one of the key things for you that, you relied on someone.
Yeah, that hurt. And I felt really bad. I'm like, this is my staff's retirement. I've robbed them of this. They'd missed that interest out over that. It was an 8-month period. I think it wasn't very long. But
but also that's not who you are. No. And I think that's what kind of really killed you too, because you were like, I would never have done that. And then all of a sudden
fit it out in your fucking salon if I had have known that, would I? Fuck me. There you go.
Well, that was worth it anyway.
Yeah, well, that's it. It was just an all-round shit year. 2017, in with that. We don't go back there.
Yeah, yeah. That was your 2020.
It was. 2020, I just sat at home and got drunk. Did you say you had one more? Sorry, there was a third one.
Yeah, so my third one is also a business one.
Yeah, cool.
So when I opened my business, a startup business, that cost me about $80K.
And it was a product business. It wasn't a service business. Yep.
Yeah, product
Wholesalers,
business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was reliant on.
So $80K outlay.
Yep. 80K outlay. And so what happened there was opened my business, same year, decided to get pregnant.
After 10 years of unsuccessfully trying to get pregnant, just well, Jane, I know home baby. Yeah.
And that was the thing. We both were like,
she was sent to you. She was meant to be your kid.
That's right. That was our path. And then all of a sudden, this happened, that we fell pregnant and then we had some major complications. That's another podcast.
Yeah, I'll get you back on for that.
Yeah.
Since we're on the fertility journey.
Yeah, that's right. So long story short, had a lot of medical complications and that's also the same thing as what happened with you with your business debt.
Yeah.
So
honestly, and this is we have life insurance and everything now, so I cut you off, I'm going to come back to you, but like, it's like, you just don't know what's around the corner.
No, you don't. And
at all.
Yeah. And I think that was probably
also, I think, was kind of showing people, especially if you had a bricks and mortar in Victoria, fuck me.
Yeah. Oh my God. It just,
you can go to a brothel, but you can't have a haircut.
Absolutely. That's an essential service, you know? So then what happened was, gave birth at 27 weeks and that was crazy times. And
I remember I like vividly remember this. You got into the hospital and you had my dog food, my car keys, like everything. You're like, oh, just got dog food on my drives. I'm like, thanks, man, I keep forgetting. And then you're just,
I was like, I've just got to
I've got an appointment at hospital. What?
Yeah. So that happened.
Yeah.
And so that really threw everything in the bin for me when it comes to...
For clarification, Charli was the only person working in and on her business. So you were in 6 days a week.
That's right.
Also doing all the deliveries, also just packing and sending it. You were the everything.
Yeah. And I wasn't in a position to be able to bring somebody else on to...
This was 3-4 months in. It wasn't long.
Yeah. So
you opened in the November, Aria arrived in the February, didn't she? Is that right?
So I opened in May and then November...
That's what I thought.
Yeah. November was when I started having all the complications.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so that was horrible. And then February, she decided, that's it.
That's right. November coming into the world.
That's when I come back because I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. It just it was too much. I then made the decision. I owned it. I knew that I owed like 80 grand. I still had a lease with bricks and mortar store. And I also lost $15,000 on top of that to get out of that lease. So that was definitely
new baby, not working, whole state's locked down, husband 100%. Also still working somewhat work limited, and now you've got an extra $95,000. Here's your debt.
Yeah. And what also didn't help in that whole situation was I didn't get maternity leave.
Oh, I remember this so much. So
I was denied maternity leave. So I also then...
Because she was so preemie.
Yeah.
Insane.
It was ridiculous.
Insane.
And so then...
Yes, because I chose to deliver my child at 27 weeks.
Right? Yeah. I love that for me.
Good weight. Get out.
That's it. I planned that. So then trying to pay for the bricks and mortar store as well as trying to deal with having a really preemie baby, like finances were through the roof.
Yeah.
Rona. We had to live in Melbourne. We couldn't come back to Geelong, so there was so many financial things that come up at that point that we were really, really stuck.
You were tired.
Yeah.
Things were rough.
Yeah, it was real rough.
It's such a hard juxtaposition, isn't it? Because it's like you are this aspiring business person. You had this in your mind for you told me, I think it was 2 years before, you're like, I'm thinking kind of like a never-ending resignation that I'm going to open a business. And I was like, okay. But you had put all the steps in place. You'd done all the right things. And then it was just this random thing that happened to you. And I think this is so true of so many people where it's like, we go gung-ho. We put our life savings on the line. We go into this business. We're good business people. We're not dumb people.
Yeah.
It fucking happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just it. Life always throws a curveball.
Life happens.
Yeah. And you never know what's around the corner and it's going to, throw you in the deep end and completely mess you up.
Yeah. And I think that's you had kind of a delayed maternity leave where you kind of did your maternity leave later down the track because you're like, well, I have to go back to work.
Well,
yeah.
Had
didn't
no
give
choice.
a leave that I paid taxes my whole life for, but sure.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that. I think it's really important, like I said, that people know that, we're not perfect. We've never tried to sell that and learn from our mistakes.
Absolutely.
And learn from our instructions, what we're going to tell you.
Yeah.
Also, you've just got to kind of you just worked hard, paid it off. I'm saying work hard, paid off.
That's it. And, with everything that we teach, it's because we've done it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the shit that I got us into. But I also worked my way out of it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think that's a big important thing too. It's you don't need to take a coward's way out. You don't need to keep refinancing things. You've actually just got to have a bit of a map and a plan. I'm going to give you the plan.
Yeah. Own it.
The plan? All right, let's do it.
Tell me the plan.
So we actually, look, in our coaching circle, we use a lot of play on words and metaphor and things like that. So we actually call this strategy the Stairway Habit because it's in steps. And so it's 8 steps. 8 is a really powerful manifesting number. It's the money number in numerology, and it's just we just love an 8. Infinity, keep it going. First one is you have to actually face all of your debts, all of your expenses, all of your everything, all of your stock bills, overdue things, pay in fulls, credit cards, loans. I don't tend to put house mortgages in this unless you're backwards on the house that you live in. But for me, it's like all the other things. And this is pretty much what we make all of our clients do in the first few weeks of coaching is we like kind of sit there and hold a metaphorical mirror up and like, see, it's fucked, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we need to expose everything that's going on, but it's really important that you actually face it. Like, don't bury your head in the sand.
No.
Don't hide from it. I remember going through a stage where debt collectors were calling me all the time, like when I had all that debt, and it was like I didn't sleep. I lost so much weight. Like it was horrible.
You'd never answer a private number.
No, I never answer any. I'm like, don't know them. But yeah, like it's just one of those things. It's like you've just got to stop burying your head in the sand and actually go for it. And I think this was probably like the hardest bit of all of it was actually owning that I'm like, I've done this. This was me. This was my decisions at the end of the day. Nobody held a gun up to my head and made me do things.
Yeah.
And I got myself in a hole. And even though the motorbike accident was not my fault, it's still my problem.
Yeah.
It's my debt. It's my shit show. It's my everything to do with. So when you are literally, physically, whiteboard, notepad, whatever, physically list out absolutely everything that you have. So you want to do the actual balance of the debt. I also like to put the terms, so like how long is left on it. The interest rate is important, the frequency of your payments and the minimum payment amount. And also I just like write what it's for. Obviously, you're not just going to randomly put numbers on there, like always write what it's for. But basically, step one, list that shit, get it out, face it. It's there, it's in front of you, it's staring you in the face, giving you middle fingers and yeah.
And this is where I started, like, because I'm so visual that I need to see things like right in front of me because I will ignore that shit and avoid it.
Totally.
If it's right in front of me, then I am absolutely,
Completely. The step 2 is to press pause. So obviously, you know, we don't stop paying people and wait for them to come and, you know, put us into liquidation or anything like that. But pressing pause means you want to stop savings, stop investing and focus purely on debt reduction. I have never understood the logic of trying to pay or trying to save, trying to invest in things when you're fucking debt. What you pay in debt interest rate versus what you save is it's chalk and cheese. Like they don't even...
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make... The math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't mathin', mate.
Just spat everywhere. Just for a shower?
I sure did.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, the math ain't mathin'. I'm literally, I'm with you there. So it's like, why save when you have debt? Why be putting money into anything when you have debt? Like literally stop everything. Stop. Time out.
Time out.
The other thing, you learned a lot from this offsetting, didn't you?
Yeah. So like, you don't know unless somebody actually tells you these things because like offsetting is such a smart way to put your money to use.
Yeah, where the fuck have you got savings if you got a mortgage?
Oh my God, it's ridiculous how many people have so many different bank accounts with different savings rather than putting it in an offset account to your mortgage.
Completely.
So say you've got a $500,000 mortgage and you've got $100,000 in
a savings account separately.
Savings.
Yeah.
That's like doing nothing because we all know bank accounts, you know, their interest rates are
2.5, 2.9, 2 point something.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Unless you've got a substantial amount of money, they're generally pretty low.
Yeah. And these days, $100,000 is not much.
No.
So it's absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, it is if you've got $100,000, go you. But go.
Well, absolutely. But when it comes to a bank, a bank doesn't see that as a lot of money.
Totally.
And so if you put that $100,000 into an offset account that offsets from your mortgage, what that does is instead of paying interest on a $500,000 loan, you're now paying interest on a $400,000 loan.
And you can still pull it out and use it whenever you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like it's still a form of savings, but you are saving so much interest on your mortgage. Like it's absolutely ridiculous when people don't have an offset account.
Absolutely. And so, if you've got that, if you've got a mortgage, you don't have that set up, absolutely get that going.
First thing to do. Yeah.
100%. I know when I learned about this too, I was like, oh my God, this is like a fucking game changer.
Yeah.
Like when we had our house deposit and our renovation funds literally sitting on our mortgage, we were saving we were paying interest on like $250,000 less. That would just been sitting there doing nothing. Yeah. And then now we've got it sitting on a mortgage. I was like, oh my God, look how low our payments are. This is so nice.
I know. It's so great.
The principle of our loan just was getting absolutely eaten away.
Yeah, and we're doing the same thing we've got money in an offset account that offsets from our mortgage, and I'm still paying that same amount as if it was paying for that.
Smart money things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love you. That's so good.
So I'm saving a ridiculous amount on interest.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, continuing on with step 2, we ramble a lot.
I know.
Like,
shut up for 2 seconds.
I know. So basically what you want to do is like with this stage, so with step 2 is now that you've got all of your debts and your, responsibilities, and I don't like to use the word debt. I'm very funny about language when it comes to money because I believe in money karma and I believe in using the right language. So commitment is a great word there. Yeah. Commitment's a great word there.
Commitment is a great word for that.
Commitment's there.
I love it.
Love it. Then you actually want to go through and like where you can negotiate all of them as low as you can. I literally rang one of our mortgage lenders the other day and I was like, can you put the interest rate down? And they're like, yeah, we can take off 10 points. I was like, okay.
You're like,
I was like, it saves me $22 a month. I'm here for it.
That $22 a month?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yes, I know. That'll buy me 3 bottles of Hardy's wine.
We'll get into that.
Okay, FYI, guys, bit of a wine drinker. I love a good wine. And I used to buy my favourite Shaw & Smith, Savvy. Shout out Shaw & Smith, best ever. But I came on a budget now, so now I buy the $9 Hardy's wine. And it's actually really good, and it's $9 for a litre. It's actually the best. So, we were talking about it earlier, right? Charles was laughing at me, like calling me a peasant. Anyway, I'm just a tight ass at the moment. Anyway, back to my point, sorry.
Back to...
Rambling is negotiate things down. Sometimes it's literally as simple as calling your bank, calling your lender, calling your credit card company. I remember when I was paying off that $55,000 credit card, I was on like a fucking frequent flyer, like I could afford to fly back then, frequent flyer credit card, and I was paying like 27% interest. I think it was literally like off the top of my head, it was like I was paying $1,000 a week of it, so $4,300 a month, and I think my interest was like $3,500. There was nothing going to it. It was insane.
Yeah.
And so I rang them, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we can put you on a 12.5% low rate interest credit card." And I was like, "You've like literally just halved my interest payment." Like
they are never going to call you and tell you that. Yeah. That's why you need to take ownership of it.
Somebody said it to me. I was like, "They're still a business."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. Total sense." So call and negotiate everything down, but also change every single debt of yours to a absolute minimum payment. So if you're paying a little bit more here, there, everywhere, you've got 69 payments a week going to all your different debts and none of them are really moving. This is why. It's because you're not focusing on one, you're focusing on all of them. So change all of your debts to a minimum payment, whatever the minimum credit card, whatever the minimum loan. If you've got bank of family and friends or people that you've lent off that aren't charging you interest or don't need payments, stop them completely. Have a chat with them, see if you can just pause them completely so you can hurl your money at other things. But absolutely, limit everything down as low as you can and make the minimum payment off everything.
100%.
Yeah. And also paying weekly instead of monthly, if you guys don't know this, actually reduces your interest paid as well. Generally speaking, your interest is calculated daily. So the more frequent those payments are, the lower the interest charge is going to be over the end of the year.
And you also get a sneaky little extra payment in there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's always a good idea to change from monthly to weekly.
Yeah, valid. I also just kind of want to make a point here too that if you are not good with a credit card, if you pay it down and then you spend on it, or if you are just cannot get out of the whole of it, give it plastic surgery, chop that bad boy up, take it off your PayPal, take it off your Apple Pay, take it off, disconnect it from everything and stop using it. So like something that I used to do is when I used to pay because my limit I think was 55 or 60,000, something like that, is when I would pay it down to say $5,000 less or $10,000 less and actually lower the limit down. So there was absolutely no temptation to spend.
Yeah. And I think that's the key because like when you have
Don't tempt me with a good time.
We've got the wine. So things like that.
I'm in for you.
Sorry, I just lost where I was.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Temptation of credit card.
Yeah, that's right. Because when you do, you pay that $5,000 off, then like...
Woo, I've got money. I see the available ballots.
Yeah. For some reason, you think you have money.
It's girl math.
Yeah,
I'll spend it.
Yeah, it's there. I can spend it instead of just going, okay, I've paid that off. I don't need to touch it anymore.
Totally. Yeah, no, I love that. And you also made a really valid point here, because I know that you're going through the process of applying for loans and everything about paid fors.
Yeah, like,
pay later system.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
the first thing that banks asked for. So they were always like, do you have Afterpay, Zip Pay? Do you, like, even PayPal now does a pay in full. Everyone is doing it. It is so dangerous.
Yeah.
And it is worse than having debt.
Absolutely.
Just even having the accounts are a problem.
Yeah, and I think that it's treated like gambling now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Also, like, if you can't afford the $250 whatever it is, you can't afford it.
Yeah. Same as a credit card.
Literally. So yeah, chop that bad boy up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. Okay, cool. Amazing. Step 3, we call it unfuck your money, because obviously if you're in this much debt like we were, money's fucked. So unfuck your money comes in 2 states. One is how to create more money create more budget, create more freedom payments, create more income. And the other one is like lower those expenses and get the expenditure out. So much like you did with all your debts, I want you to get your notebook back out. I want you to get whiteboard back out. And I just like can't get my words out.
That's
good.
Okay.
Perfect. Just had a seizure while I was doing that.
It's the $9 wine.
Oh, fuck. I love you. Is to list out all of your essential living expenses. If you're in business, do this as well for your business. So do both. Obviously in business, we call it bottom line, break even, your expenditure, whatever. But like essentials, so stuff that you like can't live without. Netflix is not one of them. Shopping is not one of them. Like your groceries, your utilities, your living, whatever that looks like, your car expenses, but also not car loan expenses.
Car
you downgrade
expenses.
that shit. And then outside of that, I also want you to make a secondary list of like discretionary spend. So this is like your beauty appointments, your fun money, your eating out, your stuff that's like your entertainment. Like you still want to, like, some of those things are important, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you to take every dreg of fun out of your life, because that would be fucked. But
we're all about the fun.
Yeah, we love we love it. I literally call my husband the fun police because he's so boring, but love you, Cam.
I love that so much. Oh, sweet Cam. Sweet Cam.
But we were having a conversation one day, and his friends were like, "Oh, what, like, doesn't she have a nickname for you?" He's like, "Yeah, she calls me the fun police."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
His idea of fun is PlayStation, not mine. I love that man.
Yeah. Sweetest man in the world.
But yeah, we're not going to sit here and tell you to take all the fun out of your life and take away all the enjoyment and all the things, but like you probably can't go to Italy this year, just saying. Damn. You know, and I know for us, and like I'll talk about this later, is like our current financial situation is like we used to go to our favorite steak restaurant every single Thursday night for date night. Now we go to the pub. Like, and it's fine. Or the Indian restaurant or the beautiful Thai restaurant that you can go and eat for $70, you know.
But you can also go and experience different things.
Yeah.
You know, you guys were doing the same thing all the time because that's what you love to do.
Yeah.
But now you're actually getting to know.
Yeah, $400 dinners. $400 dinners just not on the cards anymore.
No.
You like the purpose of clearing debt and changing your money habits and changing your money stories is like you have to change what you're already doing because it's obviously not working.
Yeah.
And so with that, the first thing is cut your expenses. It's one of the easiest ways to make more money. And I know that I think it was you that said it before, that it was just like, you know, I actually sat down and realized that I was spending like $150 on fucking random apps and just stuff every month.
Yeah.
Like every month.
Like absolutely ridiculous. Like, you know, the Netflix, the Hey You, the Stan, the Disney, because you think you need all of them.
Yeah.
You know, and
need them. No, I don't. It's fine.
I absolutely don't.
Yeah.
Right now, I just need
How
Stan
many
for
shows are you watching
RuPaul.
at once?
I'm only watching RuPaul right now, so I only need Stan. I don't even watch Netflix anymore. So, yeah, you know, those things you've got to really cut back on.
Yeah, I love that so much. And it is. It's like, it's hard. And like, I've actually got some notes here too that I'm like, for us, it looks like, okay, I'll give you some examples. Cam doesn't do weekly haircuts, now it's fortnightly.
Yeah.
So I don't have to shave it in between. They always say marry a bald man if you're a hairdresser. Because
Preach.
oh, we love you, Jay. It's one less haircut. Yeah. But yeah, like his appointments are now, fortnightly instead of weekly. And it was just like, for me, it's just like cool. Like I can just spread out my lashes and my nails and everything by like one more week, just like loosening those things up. Sorry to my service industry lovers. We love you so much, but it just is what it is. But it can also mean not enjoying your $42 bottle of wine instead of having the $9 bottle of wine.
I do love it. Your litre.
Buying in bulk, all sorts of things. But basically just cutting out the discretionary spend wherever you can. And, you know, it sucks and it hurts, but short-term pain, long-term gain.
Absolutely. And we both have done this. You're doing it right now.
Oh my God. Do we want to mention your povo dinners?
So
a few years of povo dinners.
Yeah. So when we were going through all of these issues and trying to cut down debt, one of the things that we love to do is go out for dinner. So Jay and I would go out for dinner weekly, same.
Yeah,
spend a shitload of money. And then we decided, all right, we really need to focus our money elsewhere. So
on everything except nice dinners.
Yeah, everything except nice dinners. So we would have what we would call our POV date night dinners. So what we would do is we would get...
They'd share a fucking dim sim. I was just like, what the fuck?
We'd get a minimum of chips. I'm not spending any more than minimum because that's even ridiculous now.
Yeah.
The minimum that they're charging you.
Do you
for this much?
Kid, and used to go, it was like $5, you'd get this, they give you 25 potato cakes, like there's 4 of us, but cool. And your chips would be this big. Now they're like little.
So we would do that. Dim sim, potato cake.
Insane.
Yeah. And that was our dinner. And you know what? It actually got us to spend time in our house. We'd go and sit outside. We would connect a lot better rather than sitting in a restaurant. It actually brought us
you couldn't afford TV or food, so you had to focus on each other.
All subscriptions were out the door. So I had to talk to my husband.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But no, it did. It brought us closer together and we went through this together and come out of it together. And it made us so much stronger.
Yeah. I love that. And I think that's a thing too. It's like, you know, when you've got, and like, I do not doubt this for a second, that it is absolutely a luxury to have a dual income household. Like, what a blessing.
Oh my God,
There are so many people, and I was like this, you know, before I met Cam, that it was just like, I was single for 6 years on my own, single income, and it was hard.
Yeah.
And I'm a good income earner. I know you have a good income too. Obviously, I pay you. But
It's fantastic.
But, no, it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, it is.
I don't, you know, anyone out there doing it on their own, like, hats off to you, honestly, because, But it's like group goals, group debts. Like,
that's
it's
right.
Our debt, it's our money, it's our goals, it's our...
Yeah, because even though like a lot of those things like the credit card and everything, that was on me. My partner, you know, worked with me to make that better.
Totally.
And get us out of it so we can have a better future.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Totally. And I mean, my beautiful husband had like a really rough time through Rona, owning a gym, was closed down for a long time. He's like 150 members dropped to like 20.
Yeah.
Bunnings and Kmart start selling bulk discount gym equipment. It was just really, really hard to come out of that on the other side. And he came out of it with savings. I don't know how, but he also did the hard thing. He moved home with the parents. He downgraded the car. He did all the hard things to pull himself out of it. But it's rough. But you've just got to, like, that's just one of those ripping the Band-Aid off things. It's like, well, it's this or that.
Yeah.
Make
it's priorities. Yeah. What are your priorities?
Exactly. So basically the point of point 3 or step 3 on my stairway there is just to delete as many items as you can. So like if you don't need it, just get rid of it. It's not saying you can never have it again. It's just saying right now it's absolutely not a possibility. And with that, you're just trying to free up and create and generate as much cash as you can. And the best thing about this is you're not actually doing any work. You're creating money by getting rid of things you don't need. And like, I also just want to, probably going back to Cam a little bit here, and even going back to you and going back to me, is like, you have to want this. You have to want to get out of debt. You have to want the financial freedom. And if you're not hungry enough, it probably will never happen for you. And I think the beauty of what happens with our clients is service industry. You just have to do more fucking work.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
No.
It's maths. I know this is not possible for everyone. I'm not being delusional there either, but it's like, do more work. If opening more hours is going to create more income for you, open more hours, pick up an extra day. See more
Unless
customers.
you're physically unable, there's no reason why you can't be working.
See more customers, sell more products, sell more clothing, sell more whatever it is that you're selling. It looks different for everybody. And, you know, this is probably a conversation for another day, but like, do more fucking work. Go to work. It's not that hard to understand.
The passion.
I can't get over people.
I know.
Who just like, I just want to work 3 days a week. Bang, you have 300K of debt.
And they also want to drive a $100,000 car.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
It's for clout.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. You get like, this is something I live by, and this is something that has paid off for me and has been true of me in my life. And that is, if you live like nobody else in your early 20s, when you're young, fit, full of energy, you can actually do it. You can actually live the rest of your life like nobody else. Like,
absolutely.
I work 30 hours a week now. We're chilling. We're good. Like, and it's like, if I hadn't have done those 80-hour work weeks and second jobs and working on the weekends and helping my friends and everything else to create more wealth and working to clear this debt, that $240,000 debt 11 years ago would now be $500,000, 600,000,
and it would have crippled you.
Crippling.
And imagine your mental health. Like, I think that's also a thing.
That's a wet sock at the best of times, babe.
No. But if you still had that debt, like, that is something that really messes with you mentally. So, like, when you own it and you
take control of it, don't let it control you.
You actually feel empowered by it. So, yeah.
Actually, that leads perfectly into my favourite step. I consider myself an expert in this.
Absolutely.
Step 4, the purge. Sell everything. Sell your husband. Sell your kids. Sell your shit. Literally cleanse everything. Cam and I do a wardrobe cleanse 2 to 3 times a year. We also are just not far off moving now in a couple of months. So we've like cleaned out our storage shed, cleaned out our garage, cleaned out our house, cleaned out our cupboards, just literally purging everything.
We've just done the same thing.
Oh my God, it's so cleansing for your brain, for your mental health, for everything, but also for the monies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, don't like, if you've got a crippling need to hold on to things, there's a whole other psychological underlying there.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be too proud to let things go and to just sell them. Every time I do a cleanse and I post things online, someone will message me being like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, girl." Like, it's my biannual cleansing.
Yeah. They should know that by now. It's been going on for so long.
I know. But and you know, like I made it over here too of just like we live in a time of marketplace, Gumtree, online sales.
So
stores.
lucky.
There's luxury consignment merchants. You know, one of my girlfriends, shout out to you, Ren, owns this amazing business called Thrifter. And she's got, I think, 5 locations now. So there's like Noosa, Kawana, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Melbourne, also does markets. But basically what happens is you go in and she's got all these permanent racks. It's a shop. There's staff in there. It's amazingly set up. You go in and you pay for a rack and it's a couple $100 for the month. You can restock as many times as you like. You can have 50 items on there anytime and you keep 100% of the profit. So it's like feeding that recyclable, reusable fashion.
Wow.
Amazing.
I love that so much.
It's amazing. Well, she's got one in Melbourne now, so you can go do that. But it's honestly amazing. And I just think that we have so many things like this that didn't exist.
No. And I think that we are also a society that spend money that we don't have, that when you get to that point, you've got something that you can make money from it. Well, not necessarily make money, but you can get something back.
But if you've got something that's sitting there stagnant, unused, get rid of it.
If you've got other things to pay for.
Prioritize. Yeah, totally. And I mean, there's also that element, isn't it? It's like, you know, let's say you do have a $2,000 credit card debt, for argument's sake. And you could probably make that in a couple of weeks if you just sold a few things that you don't use and don't want.
Yep.
Yeah, easy.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about vehicles because I think we've both been kind of victims of this. I mean, you have your Repo.
Yeah. So Repo probably as bad as it gets is getting your car repossessed.
Yeah, that's funny though. But yeah,
wake up call? Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. So I had a Chevrolet Camaro, which I loved. I had it for 5 years. She was my baby and I just absolutely loved that car. And I had also a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, top of the range Kakadu. Loved her. She was 18 months old. And, you know, we sat down, well, basically interest rates have gone up 3 to 4%, I think, since we sort of bought our land. And so we were just staring down the barrel of just the borrowing capacity changed. We would have had to pay lender's mortgage insurance. There was all these other things. So we sat down and we were like, it's going to suck. Buy my Camaro. That freed up $90,000 for us. And we also sold the Prado, which was essentially brand new. We worked out with the car loan on that and insurance and everything else that we had with it. It was costing over $20,000 a year.
Yeah, wow.
And I'm like immediately, like it hurt. I loved my cars so much, but it's just like my goal now is my family. Our goal now is the house, get in the house and build the house that we want. We didn't want to scrimp on things. We didn't want to have to throw. I think we had to pay, it was like $75,000 in lender's mortgage insurance.
Yeah,
it was
that's
just
nuts.
a disgusting amount of money. And so I was like, cool, if we just sell these cars, create more money, we can then attack our goals easier and get us closer to what it is that we want and get us closer to that. And I think that's like one of the hardest things to do is letting go of things like that. We have people in our coaching circle all the time that will not sell these ridiculous cars that are worth like 50 grand. The debt on them is worth 80 grand. You can still sell the car and then only have a 30 grand debt. It's just a much smaller hole and a bigger shovel you've got to throw at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's also when you do need to do those things because you've got to pay business expenses.
Totally. Life expenses.
Life expenses. Your business might go under. Just get rid of the fucking car.
Completely.
And we all know cars with you. Yeah. Like how much? Your $3,000 car? Businesses turning over $250K a month. Still driving a $3K banged up. What was it? Lancer?
Gutters and poles jumped out in front of my car, okay? It was literally yellow paint marks from where it hit the post opposite my driveway.
You would not get rid of this fucking car.
Okay, so for clarification, Charli used to pick on me all the time. I had 2, maybe 3 businesses at this stage. We were turning over it was insane. It was like $70,000 to $80,000 a week. It was like $250,000 a month, I think we were turning over. And I literally drove this absolute piece of shit old Lancer. Just like scratches and dings all over, and my headlights didn't turn on. It didn't have a fuel cap. It was just a piece of shit. And she's like, you are so fucking funny.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
I don't see value in a depreciating asset like that.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I think I bought it for $20,000 and then I depreciated to $3,000, but then it kind of just lived forever at $3,000. It was so economical.
Well, it did live forever. That thing was not dying. So it did its job.
But yeah, like long story, moral of the story there, long story short is like don't have the cool car that you can't afford for the sake of impressing people that you don't fucking give a fuck about. Yeah, it's honestly ridiculous. And also if you can downgrade your car or sell your car, clear a loan, and then get either a really small loan or get a really cheap car, like fuck, it's like a whole new world.
Absolutely.
I'm literally saving $484 a week on a car loan. Like
it's crazy, isn't it?
Insane. Yeah. Absolutely insane. Yeah. And so again, this is just a way of like, when we say purge, like we're trying to create as much surplus cash as we possibly can. And with that, it's like house trumps cars always.
Always.
And business trumps cars always. And clearing debt always trumps holding on to stuff. Literal stuff. And like I said, if it's an overspending issue that's gotten you to this point where you are in debt or you are feeling like so tightly squeezed under the vice, or, you have an addiction to holding on to things or accruing things or whatever that looks like, you actually have to feel the pain of what you've created to be able to actually change the habit. If you don't personally feel the pain of losing a car.
Absolutely.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Losing a business.
Yeah.
Losing a business. Like, if you don't feel the pain of that situation, you'll never get better.
No.
You'll just keep repeating the same patterns.
You don't learn from ignoring such huge, monumental things in your life like that.
Totally. So we can look at things like getting an extra job, taking on extra hours, creating extra income. We can look at things like parting with something of value. We can look at things of like stopping doing or stopping having something that you love that's like, a habitual thing, or something that you're spending a lot of money on, your Netflix, whatever. No hate Netflix, we love you, but it is what it is. The other thing, and I said to Charli earlier, I'd probably rather go without food than do this, but like if you need to rent out rooms or move into a share houses or move home with family, if you have that option, it really comes down to, honestly, how fucking bad do you want it?
Yeah. And been there, done that.
And the more you can attack it, the quicker it is.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will be forever if you don't do the things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So step 5 is money loves a purpose. I do get a little bit woo-woo around my money. I love money. What you track expands and what you follow expands, but also like money loves a purpose. So knowing all of your expenses now, and the next thing is to go back and negotiate all those expenses as low as you can. Like I got my phone bill, I saved $20 a month on just recently. We changed power companies, just like horribly painful jobs. Mark out an admin day to get it done, like a admin day to get it done, or delegate it to someone who works for you.
That's why I drink the wine.
But like literally you can just call around and get some of those things done, and it might only seem like $20 a month, but $20 a month is $240 a year. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of money. So going and negotiating all of those costs down as much as you can. So debts first, then expenses, get them as low as you can, delete whatever you can get rid of, pay off immediately whatever you can pay off. The next thing with that is creating a realistic but goal-oriented budget with your family. So with your partner, with your spouse. If you've got adult kids living with you, they can participate in this as well. But
it's a team effort.
Yeah, you need to create a budget that you can actually live on. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and preach to you, oh my God, get rid of every dreg of fun in your life. But like, like
Prioritize.
Downgrade. Have povo dinners.
Have your pov dinners. You become closer as a family.
Yes. If gifting or something, buying things for yourself feeds your soul, like maybe instead of buying flowers once a week, you buy them once a month, or getting your nails done, it can be a less frequent thing. Whatever that looks like for you, but create a budget that you can live to. Create a budget that's a little bit flexible, that you've got a little bit of wiggle room in it. And again, like, how fucking bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Because it's insane. And I think this is a point I've got listed for later, we'll talk about it now, is like, so an exercise we do for our clients that have got like a substantial amount of debt. And we get a lot of people come to us that do have a lot of debt. They don't know how to run a business. They don't know what they're doing. They just wing it, floundering, hoping for the best. And something that we teach them is when we do their break even or their bottom line, when we go through all of their expenditure, is then when they go, cool, now I want you to do another one. What is your life going to look like without even creating additional income if you pay off that debt? And they're like, oh my God, we had one that was like, I think her weekly expenses was like $11,000 or something. She was only turning over 9. So she already two grand in the red every week. And then she was like, oh my God, but if I can pay my tax debt payment off, that brings it down $1,000. So then now we're talking a $10,000 a week expenditure. Oh my God. And then when I've got all that extra money, then I can pay off this next debt. And then all of a sudden the expenses and the income are much more aligned, parallel. And it's just so good. And that in itself can be the kickstart that you need to be like, holy fuck, I've just created.
It is. It's like a small step that really just kickstarts, and you start to see like the positives in it, and you start to feel better.
Completely. And I know that there was another one that was like, I think expenses were 10 grand. She's like, honestly, I've got that money sitting in savings. I can literally pay off all those debts today. I was like, and then her immediately $4,000 a week paid off. It's like, it'll take you no time at all to recoup your savings.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you're not handing money to the bank. Here, have all my interest money.
Yeah, you're not paying interest.
Honestly.
You're like, be smart.
Yeah. So, just like, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
This or that. Stay in debt, don't stay in debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard. The next one is, before you go absolute hammer and tong paying off your debts, is to create a little bit of a safety net. A lot of people call it an emergency fund. I don't like that word. I don't like manifesting an emergency. I would prefer to call it a buffer. Savings. That's probably not a good word. But I just don't like associating money with emergency. I think it's bad money, karmic energy, whatever. So this looks a little bit different to everybody. For some people, having $300 in a buffer is fine. For some people, having $2,000 is fine. For some people, having 6, 7, 8 months of expenses is fine. And that's something you can work to down the track once you've cleared your debt. But, for argument's sake, I'd probably say try and aim to have a couple of weeks' wages just chilling in your buffer.
Yeah, because it could even be something as simple as like, you're sick for a week and you don't have any sick leave, if or if you're a business owner, you don't pay yourself sick leave.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, so you're literally just without work.
Yeah.
So it's just to help you in those weeks.
Yeah. Hard. So just you want to kind of like, once you've like freed up that cash, let's put a little bit away into a safety net. Once you're creating more money because you're working more jobs, you're adding more clients, you're doing whatever you need to do, like put that money, just a little bit of it aside. Whatever you have left over is going to be used on step 7. Which is, how about your mortgage and debts? Okay, mortgage is fine. Don't worry about mortgage. Mortgage is all right. Like I said, unless it's upside down, I wouldn't even worry about your mortgage. But there's 2 ways you can pay off debt. I think we both did the same thing. So there's one that's a debt stack, which is the way that you would pay off the debt with the smallest amount, like smallest balance, through to the largest balance. So obviously probably finishing up on your mortgage. Most people, your mortgage is your highest fund. Or you can do an avalanche, which is actually what I did the first time. I should state that with my credit card, is the credit card needed to go from my brain, and I was paying so much towards it. It was such high interest, and I was like, this needs to go first or I can't do it. And so what that does is, instead of creating little small payments that almost like build up into like a snowball, and then you've got more money to throw at things, instead you're creating this one massive payment, you pay it off, and then it's like, and you can just hurl all that extra money at your debt. So how a stack works is, you pay off your smallest debt, you throw all your money at that, all your other things are on minimum payments. Then once you pay that off, you celebrate, you sit in that for a minute, and then you take all that money and you throw it off the next debt, and the next debt, and the next debt, and you keep working until you throw all of your debt. So whatever order you put it in is fine. It's whatever speaks to you.
Everyone's different.
Yeah. It's whatever speaks to you, and it's whatever is going to make you feel good and help you to build the most momentum. Again, we're not all the same people. We're all different. So, you need to make sure that it's how it works for you.
Yeah, that's right. What makes you feel good when, is it the doing the big balloon payment, or is it
Totally. Balloon payment's a good word for it.
Yeah, the small little payments.
Oh my God, and never sign up for a car loan with a balloon payment.
Oh my God, stop. No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, here's your car. Now you just got to pay 20 grand at the end. You're like, it's only worth 20 grand. What are you talking about?
Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they are ridiculous.
Totally. And so on that too, this is where it comes into play and I know this was true of me. I had money going to my credit card every week, money going to my stock bills, money going to this account. I'm trying to save. I'm drawing out of my savings to pay that. I've got 45 payments going to all these little finicky things. The principal wasn't reducing on any of them. I just felt like I'd make payments and then it was like my credit card would just like ping back up again. I'm like, fuck, I'm just not getting anywhere. This is where you want to where your focus goes, your energy flows. And if you focus on one at a time and go hammer and tong and just smash that one to pieces, then you move on to the next one. It is crazy how much they disappear.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely crazy. And so you just keep doing that until you pay everything off. And, with that too, I guess is probably a good point. Is like, just be careful of lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is a pretty vicious cycle as well, where it's like, you say you're working your job, you're earning your $1,500 a week or whatever that looks like. And then it's like, well, I'm going to get a second job and now I'm going to create all this like extra cash. And instead of like piling it on your debts or instead of like keeping your, expenses the same, you start doing more things or spending more money. FIFO people are a pretty classic example of this. Oh my God.
And this is why there's a lot of mental health issues.
Correct. So FIFO people are a classic example of this. They go from earning a normal wage to then going and working where they're earning an inflated wage. No shade, they do hard work and they're away from their families and everything. Like you earn that money, but then they go and piss it up the wall on jet skis and things and stuff to fulfill their life. And it's like, it just ends them up in the same spot they were in beforehand because they don't allocate it properly.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's such a dangerous thing. And not having the right guidance in a situation like that is so detrimental.
Completely. Yeah. So, just focus on one debt at a time, snowball that bad boy or avalanche that bad boy and just like get it as low and as clean as you can until you're down to your house. By all means, step 8's actually financial heaven. So this is where you can, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. You can do whatever you want here. You can pay off your principal place of residence or the house that you live in. You can invest or grow your wealth. You can invest in shares, you can go crypto, you can do whatever you want, whatever investing looks like for you. For us, I'm very excited to invest in more property. You can then start saving. You can put money into retirement. You can 100%. Do whatever you want. So like what's the next steps for you? Like obviously we spoke about like the worst
things that have happened.
Yeah.
Well, from like the positives of actually owning my shit and paying those debts and clearing things out of my life, I have gone from having 4 loan payments to just 1.
Amazing.
So
and that's the thing, isn't it? You're now not seeing 4 payments come out.
Which is, I used to hate that.
It also makes you avoidant because you don't want to focus on them because you're like, oh my God, there's just money going everywhere and it's just fucked. And then you just like, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, there's like 1 payment. This is so nice.
Yeah.
Like and you've got it all on auto because how could you remember to pay all those things?
Yeah. So I now only have 1 payment. I don't have a credit card. So my husband and I, if we don't have the money, we don't get it.
Yeah.
That's just something that we have decided. We would be okay if we had a credit card. I just don't see the point for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no thanks.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get rid of it. We, with paying all of that off and putting that into 1 payment, we were then able to buy a $47,000 car and also have $10,000 in savings.
Amazing. Is that the best feeling on the planet?
That was the most fulfilling.
I remember when you started working for me and you're just like, we just need to go hard at this because we're just not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
We're in our new house. Like you just built your first house.
That's
super
right.
exciting, but then you're also like, shit.
Yeah, because it is. It's a wake-up call. Like, it's not rent anymore. Like, you're in trouble. So we were able to...
Car's amazing.
Yeah, do those things because I also don't really like having a loan for a car. Yeah. Because I think that those things are, as you said, it's depreciating.
Yeah. And like for me, it's good to have a shuttle mortgage under my business.
That's different.
And I've done enough research around that. I don't hear very many possibilities or opportunities where leasing works well for people, but again, depends on the type of business you have and what you do. Yeah. And for your business structure and your model of how you guys run your money, it's not smart.
Yeah, that's right. And it just wasn't going to work. And
so if you got the cash there, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. We've also now been able to sell the first house that we bought and buy a block to build our dream home.
Oh my God, that's so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And this is where the offsetting works. really well for us.
Because you got your house deposit sitting there too.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we got the build deposit sitting, offsetting our land loan, which just makes it incredible for us. Like, I absolutely love that. And the best thing that I ever did was we started seeing a financial advisor.
Yeah.
So to help us to do all these things, because
totally lean into your people.
yeah, like I'm not someone who knows those things.
Nah.
Like,
no, none of us, like, we, like, while some of us have had financially literate parents, I feel that we were also raised in a time where people didn't talk about money in the household, or when they did, it was in a very different way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It just was, it was such a secretive thing that, and it was like you were doing something wrong if you were getting help.
Yes.
Like, and I'm like, I'm actually doing so much better by
Wealth
getting
advisors,
help.
financial planners, great brokers, great accountants. Like,
Absolutely.
lean into those people.
Yeah, definitely.
Follow them up.
Yes. Follow them up too. But like, having a financial advisor also taught me that instead of putting all of the profit we made from our first sale into the block, then like we've now got that money there to sit and we don't have to have lender's mortgage insurance for the block or the house bill.
Totally.
So it's and huge.
It's like the best thing ever, isn't it? Like, we are sort of in a similar situation. I mean, we're dying at the moment because we're paying 2 mortgages. Ugh. So I bought my apartment actually 3.5 years ago this week, which is pretty cool. And I know that because I moved in this week 3 years ago, and I had tenants for 6 months that I had to kind of honour their lease. So we've done a cash renovation, which has been amazing. And we now got great equity in our house, aligned with everything else that's gone on. Our strata fees have also doubled this year, which has been a bit killer. But we are living in our apartment. We are currently midway through our build, looking at moving, any day now, really. We're kind of right on the tail end. And so 2 mortgages is kind of eating us alive. But also, once we're in our new place, we can rent our place out. One of our passions is property. We both want to own more property, so we didn't see it reasonable to sell it. But we also have a small credit card at work. I obviously fly 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month, sometimes more. And so I've got a frequent flying credit card. We get heaps of points. I've literally never paid interest on this credit card at all. It's a $5,000 limit. It's purely for points. It's all it's for. Like, we've both got healthy incomes now. We've got really nothing worrying us other than gigantic mortgages.
Yeah. But you have a goal.
Totally.
You're not putting yourself in a position that is going to stay like this, where it's not sustainable. So,
And we were the same as you, where we bought our land. It didn't settle until 2 years later. We put a 20% deposit on it initially, and then we actually ended up paying another 20% on it because we self-employed people. Sometimes the rules are a bit different with lending, but we end up putting more money towards it. And with no lender's mortgage insurance. And then when it came to our build, same thing. So we've got a mortgage that's about it's about 60% of the value of our entire property. So we're 40% equity, which is huge.
I love that.
We're talking big property. So it's amazing. And it's like,
because you knuckled down, you made sure you had that, you purged.
Yeah. Purged hard. Still purging.
So you did all the things that you needed to do.
Yeah.
So you weren't stuck with like dead money, owing dead money, for lender's mortgage insurance.
Yeah, and I think it's really funny. And like, this is different for everyone. No shade. I never shared money with my ex-husband, thank God. But my current husband, like, when he moved interstate to move in with me, and when we decided to really give our relationship a crack, we decided to pay off and close down his credit card. I think his was like $2,500 or some like puny amount of money that he was getting. I was like, why do you have this?
Yeah.
It gives you nothing.
What's the point?
No reward. Yeah, like, it was really bizarre. Anyway, love you, Ken. But also, he literally just transferred me all of his savings. And he's like, look, I just want to put it on a mortgage. I'm going to live here. Like, he had moved into state with me. He didn't have a job when he moved and found one straight away. But he's like, I just don't even know when I'm going to be able to pay rent. So you just have the money, we can put it towards whatever we're putting it towards. And we invested in shares straight away, and we did a few other things. But like, it's been really good because it's been like our goals together. Yeah,
because it's a team. And totally. I think that's so important. If you are trying to do this on your own without help, oh my God, or if you both have completely separate ideas of what you should be spending your money on.
Oh my God, you need to agree on money. Oh. Money is like I honestly believe that would be like almost the number one cause of relationship arguments and problems. I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just two people on two different wavelengths.
Yeah.
And like, also, that's not to be mistaken for, I'm going to get Cameron to talk about this one day. Like, that's not to be mistaken for, we don't have the same amount of assets. We also don't have even similar income. We're very, very different in that. And it's still fine because it's still our stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how it should be. Like, in my eyes, everyone's different. You do you.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, I think that, you know, you're in this marriage together. You're like, you've got this family. You should have the same goals financially.
Well, you've been married for 100 years, so it's obviously working.
Well, we have pretty much.
Cute. Charli and Jay have been together since they were like babies. So bloody cute.
Yeah.
And look, I think the other note that I kind of had here are just about, you know, I guess some hot tips or some hot tips is like, you know, creating a hypothetical budget. We love that. It kind of gives you a bit of a kick up the bum to see that. Getting help, financial planner, accountant. We spoke about that. Be really conscious of, am I buying this for my soul or for my ego? Am I doing it to keep up with the Joneses? Am I doing it for clout? Am I doing it to look like I'm wealthier than what? Like, what's the actual reasoning behind it before you go making kind of like a large financial investment? And also, and this is definitely something that my clients lean into quite a bit, is something that helps with building momentum is like, one, sitting and actually celebrating in what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Paying something off is so rewarding. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's really powerful is, and this sometimes works for people, is rewarding yourself like you would incentivize your staff members.
Yeah.
So my clients love this. I'm like, you don't need to go and buy a, you know, designer handbag or go on a massive holiday, but let's say you've got a savings goal of like, hey, I want to save 50 grand. Every time you get to 10 grand, like an extra 10 grand in your account, go have a spa day, go eat at the nice restaurant, go buy yourself a piece of clothing,
it's
whatever feels good to you.
Yeah.
And it helps you to be like, I earned that by doing whatever. Or same time as every time you pay off a debt, I'm not saying go spend the same amount that you just paid off, but like go buy something that makes you feel good.
Yeah. Like for me,
reward yourself.
Yeah, my reward.
That's huge for you because you love a reward.
I do love a reward. Yeah. So for me, my reward was my Cartier ring. So that was one thing that I was like, right, that's what I'm getting for myself. That's, you know, I don't have many like ridiculously expensive things. So my Cartier ring was the one thing for me that I was like, I'm happy. Yeah, that was my big reward to myself.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Any final points there, I guess?
For me, I think just be real with yourself, like own it. I think that it's so important to not hide behind anything because it will mess with you. And I think talk with your
avoidance
support.
Is literally the killer of dreams.
Oh, absolutely. And I think talking about it also helps you own it even more. So if you've got your support people, they will also help you be accountable for it. Because if you don't say anything, then you can avoid it. Like you can continue avoiding it. Whereas if you have someone that you're talking about,
choose the right community.
Yeah, and definitely choose the right people to talk to about it because you will have some people that will not help you through it.
Yeah.
They'll criticize you. Mm-hmm. You need the people that are going to help you and actually celebrate all those little milestones as well. So, yeah,
absolutely.
Have the right community.
Yeah, and I think that it's just like knowing that like nothing is out of reach. Like I earned next to nothing when I was 24 and I still managed to pay that off. I worked really hard to create all that additional income and to really work my butt off there, but literally nothing is out of reach.
Nothing.
And you also just have to fucking decide that you want it, and you have to have this absolute disgustingly pig-headed discipline that means, hey, maybe I need to say no to social things. You know what? Sometimes I need to not buy this or not do that or not go there or cut out this cost that I absolutely love that feeds my soul just so that I can get ahead and get on top of whatever's plaguing me at the moment. And I think that it's just like, how bad do you want it? You've got to decide how bad you bloody want it.
And those sorts of things where it's cutting out social things and stuff like that, can be so hard to do because like you've worked in, say, the entertainment industry, but like that sounds wrong. Like, excuse me. But like my husband's a DJ. You've worked in nightclubs.
Yeah.
You know, they're the people that surround us.
People in nightclubs, pits.
Yeah. But like,
it's the very odd cool person. You get the rest of them are just horrible.
Yeah. But like, it's that sort of crowd and it is a very social thing that you feel like if you step away from that, you lose a lot of people, but they're also the people you need to lose.
Yeah.
So
dead weight friends. Dead weight friends. Yeah, literally. So, look, I'm not going to sit here and sell you at the end of every episode, but we have heaps of free resources in our at iconiccoaching.com.au. Heaps of free resources, heaps of free ebooks, lots of little tips and tricks around this. Obviously, I hope you got heaps out of this today, and we really just wanted to share that you're not alone and you're amazing, and you know, life happens, shit happens, things get on top of you. Sometimes it's not even in your control, but you actually have to take control of your debt and you have to not let it own you anymore. And you have to really you have to drive it.
You got this, babe.
You got it. You got it. And thank you for sharing everything of your knowledge and your wisdom with me today, and even just opening up about, your own financial situations and things that you've been through, because it's really something to be commended. I mean, getting over having your car repoed and then later in life, 20 years later or whatever that is, actually being able to pay cash for a $50,000 car is an unbelievable turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, discipline.
19-year-old Charlie's looking up at you going, fuck yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. You thought life was over.
I know. So
over a $10,000 car.
Totally.
No, thank you for having me.
Oh, I love it.
Yay.